You can tell it's laundry day here. My overalls are clanging away in the dryer. Anyways, 4 years later, flash forward, 2015, I scored the Demon 625. I wanted to do a little update on it and a review. I got a couple of them here. Actually, three of them. Three of them here. They're all 625. 6-liter should get a 750, but we'll see how it runs with the 625 and go from there. Today I'm swapping out the original 625. I had a 625 Street Demon I originally purchased for the Cutlass 2014, 2015, late 2014. So this is 4.5 years later. And here's the carb. How is it holding up? I only have one issue. Out of buying all three of these carburetors, I've got one issue. And the issue was with the original one. Might be two issues. For one, the choke never seemed to work correctly. I fiddled with it, I farted with it. It closes like it's supposed to, it opens like it's supposed to. You know, I've done everything I could when it comes to adjusting a choke. These carburetors are simple. If you can adjust an electric choke on an old Quadrajet, Holley, you know, it's 5-10 minutes, piece of cake. You do it while it's cold, fine. But when this thing is cold, it's like, man, this thing, the choke just does not want to work. I don't know if there's an issue with the idle circuit, which is part 2 of my issues, or what. The other issue was it would always have a weird idle fluctuation, and it's not all three of these carbs. This one's off my brother's 77, which I'm now going to toss it on my S10. I like the all the aluminum body, and there's absolutely like no miles or any time on this thing. So I can drive and enjoy the car. This one worked flawlessly. This one's going on my S10 until I figure out, you know, either I'm going to sell it or I'm going to dig in there and see what's going on. I don't know if I got a piece of dirt in one of the idle circuits, but this thing would have a really weird idle. When it was cold, it's like, man, this thing does not want to idle. It would idle like it doesn't have a choke. I got to keep my foot in it. And then finally it would all of a sudden fast idle, and it would fast idle fine. And then I'm like, all right, it's up to temperature, kick it down, and you kick it down, and it wouldn't really want to kick down. It would just want to hold fast idle, and then, like I said, but then I'd go and adjust the choke, you know, take a little bit out, and then the choke wouldn't work at all. So I don't know if there's something wrong. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I've adjusted electric chokes for many years, Quadrajets, Holleys, and I've never had an issue until this one. So I was a little frustrated with it. I got it to the point where I was running perfectly fine in terms of, you know, just everyday cruising, driving, except for that idle issue, and I just kind of dealt with it, you know, being lazy. Ultimately, I just went to fuel injection, and I really got into having headache with all kind of idle issues when you're running a cam and a factory, what's the terms I'm thinking of? Engine management setup. Yeah, trying to get it to idle. But I've learned. So today's little project, I'm putting on this very barely used Demon 625. This one ran absolutely flawlessly on Steve's 77. He had a 350 roller cam, World Sportsman heads. I have several videos of it up. That's what's going to go on today until I decide what I'm going to do with this one. So, out of all three carburetors, all three of them, the chokes, I had the chokes working on all of them. You know, the carb for hell, I didn't even have the choke's not hooked up on that one, and it still ran and idled perfectly fine on a 30-degree day with no choke. So, but I felt I owed you guys, at least the carburetor guys, an update. There's a lot of guys that are like myself that are very partial to running a good old toilet bowl. Nothing wrong with a good run of carburetor. Nothing at all. You don't have to have fuel injection if you don't want to, but I like tinkering with it, and that's the road I'm going to take, obviously, with this greasy pig. But 4 years later, two gripes: funky choke on this one and funky idle characteristics. But the other two were perfectly fine. So I don't know. It could be dirt. It could be me being stupid. Me being stupid on this one and figuring out the other two. So there's our Sunday update, and I'm going to get back to it, and y'all enjoy the rest of your day.